justify my presence here. Let's start right in the middle with Kyle Edwards Jr. Career earned run average of 2.60. Since he became a full-time reliever, opponent batting average against 153. That ranks number 1 in Major League Baseball. In his career, he has struck out 34% of the batters he has faced. That ranks 8th since he's been a big leaguer. Welcome, Kyle Hendricks Jr. Immediately to his right, that is Uni. He doesn't need it. You know him. He is Mike Montgomery. Last year he did what he does. He worked effectively both as a starter and a bullpen guy. 19 starts, 19 times out of the pen. A career 3.56 ERA. First round pick by the Royals in 2008. And oh yeah, just in case you need somebody to finish off the World Series for you, he's your guy. Gentlemen, immediately to my right, Kyle Hendricks. Last year, the professor was 14 and 11 with a 3.44 earned run average. In 2016, he was the Major League Baseball ERA leader, posting a 2.13. His career earned run average of 3.07 is number 2 in Cubs history since 1950, trailing only Jake Arrieta. And he's been the 9th best in Major League Baseball since 2014, Kyle Hendricks. We will be joined shortly by Cole Hamels. And as you know, he didn't get here till August last year, so hopefully that happens sooner this year. We have microphone station. Oh my goodness. Raise your hand if you're standing in front of a microphone. Wow, you got a lot of people to get to. So here's how this is going to go. You know how it's going to go. I'm going to ask you to direct a question towards our panel. You can direct it to an individual or the whole group. If they decide they want to cut in and convince with each other, that's wonderful. And I will fill in the blanks as we go along. So we're going to start way down here. I see a person. I'm old, so I don't see real well, but I do see a relatively small person down there. Nice and loud, please.
My name's Katie, and I want to ask, how much effort was it to put in to get in the league to be a pitcher?
I'm not sure I got this.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work the effort to put in to get to the big leagues. You just have to take it day by day, man. Every day, just work hard. If you work hard, an opportunity will come. That's really it.
Thank you, David. Good question. Now let's move over here, please.
Hi, my name's Andrea. I want to ask all of you if you guys have a process for choosing your walk-up and your warm-up music. Are you guys going to switch it up this year?
Yes. Well, we get to pick our walk-up music and we'll come out the bullpen. But I think I might change mine this year. But I don't know what I'm going to change it to yet.
Do you have any process for the music you listen to for options?
Not really. I haven't thought about it yet. But it'll be something with a lot of, I think I might do Let Me Clear My Throat.
Monty, what's your walk-up or walk-out music?
Yeah, I chose mine, when I got here, and I've kept it the same. I've thought about changing it, but I've had a lot of, people come to me, hey, we like your walkout, and so I think the fans' input for me, telling them that they like my walkout is, the reason I've kept it, and that's kind of why, you want to pump the fans up, yourself up, but you want to pump the fans up too.
This question comes up every year when I listen to pitching panels, and I post the same challenge every year. I'm still dying for a pitcher to take the mound at the start of the game or come out of the bullpen. You guys probably don't know this song. With Debbie Boone singing "You Light Up My Life." And that's the ultimate irony, man. That's the Kyle, any changes changes to your musical program?
No,
You're locked in?
I'm a lot the same as Monty. I think it's not really a huge thing for me. I kind of listen to my own music before I go out there. But for a walk-up, yeah, I just picked something, and the fans, I got a lot of good feedback from it, said they liked it, so I just haven't changed it since then, so it's probably going to stick for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
We are over here.
Well, I know that you guys have become fan favorites because of your bullpen dancing. How did you learn your dancing? From friends, family, teammates, YouTube, Fortnite?
I used to just watch a lot of YouTube when I was younger, and I used to try every dance move. So I think that's what really, brought it out in the bullpen. And plus, we're behind closed doors, so nobody really ever sees it. So sometimes we might be out there rehearsing something, but I just basically got off YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not a great dancer by any means, so it was just to do whatever I first thought of and kind of have a couple moves that you can go to. If you maybe want to branch out, go ahead, but you gotta have a couple go-to moves.
I guess I came into this and thought he told me what I was supposed to talk about. I was in the back eating a chocolate chip cookie. It was awesome.
How you learned your bullpen dancing?
So I was hoping during that playoff game when I was actually in the bullpen for the first time that I was going to do a dance. It's the first time. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So maybe there might be another opportunity, but I'll just go with the flow. No, not yet.
Do it now! Do it now!
Well, like Game 7. Game 7 World Series. I'll have something down by then.
Go Chiefs.
You already know, but I wrote this card out, so by golly, I'm going to use it. Welcome, Cole Hamels. Last year, posted a 4-3 record, a 2.36 ERA, 156 career wins, places him 7th among active Major League pitchers, a 4-time All-Star, LCS and World Series MVP in 2008, first-round pick in 2002, Cole Hamels. How about you? You got
That was my only opportunity as well.
Yeah.
I was down there for the playoff game, and that's the only time I've been down there. So no, still haven't broken it out.
kind of, I see you doing the kind of the Charlie Brown.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a whole lot. There's not gonna be a whole lot.
I like that. Down here.
My name's Eric. I have a question for, I guess it's a general question for all of you. When you get a scouting report from Borzello against like a state division rival, does he give you guys like specific sequences to go after like a guy like Braun? Or does he just give you guys the weaknesses and let you decide what to use?
Yeah, it's more the weaknesses. It's not actual specific sequences, I guess. It is count specific in that way. So he'll give you like 0-0 first, so just things to open with, but he'll give you a lot of different options so that, because obviously we all throw different things and have different strengths. So he has to tailor it to everyone. So he'll just give you the best options for 0-0. Then he'll give you middle counts, what the best options are, and then 2 strikes, what the best finishing options are. And that's really how it breaks down for each hitter.
Thank you. Over here.
Hi, my name is Ruth.
Well, I couldn't hit.
See, I still think I can hit, so I'm still striving to get my opportunity to be at least 1 inning in the field, so maybe Joe will make that happen. I think Rizzo and I would trade off. I'd go to first base and pitch. No, I think being left-handed, when you're left-handed, you're kind of thrown into a predicament of being a pitcher. Everybody wants to know if you can throw a ball, and if you can throw it accurately, that's definitely the position they want to stick to.
Mike or Carl? Any?
Yeah, I agree. They saw that I was tall, left-handed, and said, all right, you're going to be a pitcher. And, you know, unless you have a really bad arm, it's probably what's going to happen. Probably the way to do it, too. I mean, pitching is, sometimes it's frustrating, but I think I look at some of the position players and go, I'm glad I don't have to do what they do.
I'm just saying, I'm like, I couldn't hit too good, so I think pitching was perfect.
But I guess all of you were pretty good hitters in high school. Right? Against high school competition, you probably handled that pretty well. And played other positions when you didn't pitch? Left field, shortstop?
Outfield. They wouldn't let me play shortstop. I wanted to, but no.
Cole, which position when you didn't pitch?
I played left and right field.
Yeah.
And I was actually able to DH a few times. You know, growing up in San Diego, it was a pretty stiff competition, but luckily enough, I was able to kind of skate by for a few years, convince my coaches that I could somewhat hit. But a 300 batting average is actually not very good in high school. I think you're supposed to have like 500. I don't know, I thought 300 was cool.
But Southern California, right? The level of competition.
Southern California is a little different competition, yeah.
Yeah. Carl, what'd you do?
I started off as shortstop, and then when I got notified that I couldn't make it to being drafted, they moved to the outfield.
When you were a shortstop, when you threw the ball across the infield, spot? Kyle, what'd you do besides pitch?
Yeah, I played outfield all through high school, and yeah, I hit 300 or about, but yeah, that's not going to get you anywhere after high school, so that was about the end of the road for me.
Have we gone all the way around the horn? All right, let's swing back over here. Oh, did I miss somebody? Where? Oh my goodness. If you could just mail us a letter.
Hi, I'm Mikey, and my question is, have you ever intentionally hit anybody?
Was that directed to me? I think you can read about that one on ESPN. It didn't go over too well. So, yeah, you kind of don't do that anymore. Major League Baseball doesn't like that. I don't think the players like it either. Who's next?
I have not yet had to hit someone.
Sure.
I one time in the minors had my manager tell me to hit someone in AAA, and I was so nervous I completely missed and threw it away. It's harder than you think.
It's an interesting dynamic, right? When those thoughts start swirling around. Ray, how about you, Kyle?
No, I haven't hit anyone on purpose, and I probably wouldn't hurt him.
They catch it, right? They catch it from back. But that raises a very interesting point, because if you're in a baseball conversation with hitters and pitchers, hitters will tell you that they're being thrown at all the time, right? Anytime a guy gets hit, the antenna goes up, he hit me on purpose, we need to retaliate. We sit around and talk to pitchers, and most of them will say, I don't throw at people, I don't hit people in the pitch. Now you pitch inside, and sometimes the burden's on the hitter, right, to get out of the way. Because the pitchers are peaceable group. Now we got Miss Lane back over here.
I have a question for all of you guys. What is your worst favorite team to pitch to?
Worst favorite team.
Mine would have been the 09 Yankees. So we lost the World Series. I lost kind of a big game, so it was a pretty good lineup. They definitely got to me. So that lineup, I would definitely have to say would be the 09 Yankees.
How about the rest of our panel? Any teams or players maybe too to kind of follow up?
A couple of years back, gave up like 9 runs in an inning in Boston, and I just remember the Big Poppy there. He hit a double on like a 2-strike good pitch, and I just thought, yeah, I mean, what am I going to do? And so I'd say that game and lineup was probably my least favorite.
For me, I would say it changes kind of as the year goes, but in general, I think going to Colorado, just playing the Rockies in Colorado, is always tough. And then it's more individual hitters for me. Joey Votto, Daniel Murphy, those are probably the two toughest guys for me.
If I never pitched in Colorado, my sense would be, if you're a starter, you kind of look at the schedule about 2 weeks in advance, right? You start to look at, am I going to be able to skip pitching in Colorado, right?
You know where Colorado's at.
And even volunteer to come back a day short maybe before that, so you miss Colorado.
Hi, my question's for Kyle. How do you stay so calm during big moments?
I think I just got lucky. It's just my personality. It's just how I've always been. I don't know. Just always done it that way. Kept my emotions in check on the field. And, you know, when you get in the dugout or you get underneath in the tunnel or something, you can take your hat off and let it fly, show your emotions a little more. But for some reason, on the field, I've just always been even-keeled. Been that way, never too high, never too low.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for being here. My name is Josh. Just a quick question. I mean, all three of you on this side, Cole, thanks for joining the team last year. Great to have you. You all pitched in Game 7, I think, if I remember, at some point. Mike, directed towards you specifically, how did you feel throwing the last out in the World Series for the Chicago Cubs? And like me, did your heart skip a beat when you saw KB's leg kind of go off from under him and almost
Yeah, a little bit. I thought it was going to be a hit. You know, it was one of those slow rollers, but and thankfully he didn't play. I was at that point in the year, you know, you don't really think much about it. Like, we're not, our minds, like he's saying, he's always calm and collected. Like, I think for our group, we're so in the moment that you don't even think twice about it, and it didn't hit me till later, you know, what had happened. So it's a weird feeling, you know. It's a great feeling, and but it's not like you're thinking about it at the time. I was just out there. I mean, CJ was on the mound. I was ready to run in and start celebrating. Next thing you know, the manager's calling my name. So I was like, oh boy, I better get it done.
Was there, either of you guys that didn't have a bullpen, was there any kind of a meaningful conversation on the mound came into the game? Was there anything that stood out as opposed to a regular season game?
Man, Money was talking during the he was coming out of, he was actually walking out of bed, and he was like, hey, bro, it's good. It was so funny that he said, you know, I go out here. Oh, sorry. So me and Montgomery was actually talking about it when the delay happened. And it was so funny because like, we was just walking, and his exact words were, hey bro, it's like it's up to me and you. And I'm like, yeah. So, you know, we went in and we came out, I went into the game, I got the 2 outs, and then, you know, I looked back and he was running in, and as soon as I got the dugout, and then after, you know, we got the last out, we walked up and I was like, bro, it's crazy, we really just called it. So it was teamwork, but dreamworks.
As I'm out there, Miggy is catching, and I like we do my warm-ups. I'm like, hey Miggy, what do you want to do right here? And he kind of looked at me and he goes, I'll let you know, kid. Turns around and walks away.
He needed the 60 feet 6 inches to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't think he had any idea either, so we just made something up. It worked.
Thank you. Down here.
Hi, my name is Dylan, and my question is, so when it was in the batter's box, someone asked one of the players what it feels like when you hit a home run, and Javi said that you should enjoy it because pitchers enjoy it when they strike you out, and then if you enjoy it, the pitchers get mad. Do you agree with that?
I think for me, at first when I first came up, yeah, I used to enjoy it, but now if I strike them out, I just walk up and out because any given day they can get me, and they're gonna be celebrating, and it's just gonna be like a back and forth thing. So I just tilt my cap. They hit me out, good job, bro. Like, let it go.
So where are you guys on the whole bat flip, the home run celebration?
I think ultimately you just don't want to give your opponent more incentive to either do well off you. So, if I strike a guy out, I strike a guy out. It's, next guy's up. If I really kind of go overboard, then I'm now creating something that I don't want to happen because we always want to have the advantage. And when you give somebody an extra incentive, they focus a little bit more, they dig down a little bit deeper, and it can be a little bit more of a tougher time. And you have 9 guys you have to get out. So if one guy's now going to cause a really big issue, those other 8 guys are going to be a little bit harder to get out too. So I just kind of treat it as a normal day and really just trying to get guys out and not really trying to get too overly excited.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm all for celebrating and stuff. As a pitcher, you can't really do it as easily because, it's just going to come back to bite you. So I wouldn't recommend it as a pitcher, but I'm all for it. Yeah, it's a homer, most of the bat flip. I mean, yeah, you deserve to do it. But as a pitcher, I don't see the need for us to get all pumped up. But if you want to do it, I'm all for it.
Did you flip the bat when you hit your home run in Atlanta?
I couldn't even feel my legs. I didn't know what I was doing. I tried not to trip around the bases.
So, like my Debbie Boone challenge, I want to see Kyle, after striking a guy out, just go complete.
We're expecting a home run out of Kyle this year, so we need you guys to sacrifice.
Where are we? Raise your hand if you're next. Okay, yes.
Hi, my name is Kate, and my question is, how do you mentally get over an injury? Because I tend to hurt myself a lot.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've been injured. I was on the DL 2 years ago for like 5 weeks, and it was really the only time I've been injured in my life or my career. So it can be difficult, and I mean, you feel like you're not really part of the team. You're not involved in anything. It can be really hard. I think you just have to keep it in perspective and do your work just as you would with anything else. When you're healthy, you put your work in to get better. So when you're hurt, you put in the same work. You work, you try and get better as good as you can. You be a good teammate, and you just get back as quick as you can. There's not much else you can really do.
Thank you. Over here.
I have a question for Cole. Is this convention going better than the one in Texas and Philadelphia?
So, don't want to burst your bubble, but in Philly we didn't have to do these because we were really good. It's changed. I think just now with the dynamic, the social media, things have just kind of changed, and I think this is excellent for baseball. It gets everybody excited for the season. So it's just been a different dynamic. Texas was fun, but this blows me away. You guys are amazing. I mean, this is fun. It really was. I heard a lot about it from a lot of former teammates that I played with. Everybody's like, you can't wait for Cubs convention. And you guys have done an amazing job to support here. I mean, it really does. It gets us excited for spring training. So I'm excited to see you guys out in spring training. And obviously to see you guys travel so well, support the Cubs. So I'm happy to be here.
See, that's why he's been so good all these years. He fell behind in the count, and then he came back.
Hi, my name is Hubert, and then this is for everyone. What is your filthiest pitch you've ever thrown?
Filthy. Drop is filthy. Filthy gets pitched.
Do they still have that segment on MLB Network? Is it like a nasty or something? I can see the weekly nasty pitches. I throw a changeup and I've done really well with it. So I think anytime you're able to throw a changeup and the guy swings around, unfortunately it was against a pitcher. It was Tony Colon. And I threw a changeup to him to strike him out. He spun around, his helmet fell off, and so I thought it was really cool. But then it was the pitcher I got out.
Anybody else want to contribute?
mean, I'll just say the last pitch of the World Series. Just
You say my curveball.
Yeah, it's wicked.
That's probably my go-to pitch when I really need something.
Mine's got to be my changeup, but going off that, I do have to say it took me 3 years to get my first strikeout with my curveball. So I'm way more proud of that moment than my strikeout with my changeup. So the Chase Out League, I'm gonna remember that one forever.
Over here. Yes.
My name's Ella, and I have a question for the group. What is the best vacation you guys have had, like off of the season or like not on spring training?
I think mine was when after we won, I went on a cruise. I went to Belize, and I'm like on a 7-day cruise. That's probably the best, probably one of my funniest vacations.
Maui, last year after the season, had a great time. So that's probably my favorite one.
I went to New Zealand. I went to Queenstown, which I guess is the adventure capital of the world. Unfortunately, we're not really allowed to do half of the adventures there. It's in our contract, so I think I have to do that. But no, it's a tremendous place, and I've always been a person to try to explore. So I'd be able to go all the way down there and have a great time. And I was actually able to go with a bunch of former teammates, so we had a good group to go with.
Mine's probably Bora Bora. I got to go 2 years ago. I'm a big time tropical guy when I go on vacation, so Hawaii's right up there too, but Bora Bora is probably my favorite spot.
I didn't know Bora Bora was a real place. Yes.
Hi. I'm sorry. Hi, Kyle.
You need a mountain, is it? You need a...
We can do it. We got it.
So I'm the manager of my baseball team at my high school, and I was wondering if you guys ever had like a girl manager, or if you could tell me something about like with about like women in the baseball industry.
Great question. Myself personally, I never did, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think the game is the game. If you know baseball and you love baseball, that's really all that matters. So just connect on that.
Don't the Pirates have a woman in the organization coaching at some level? So don't shoot for the stars. That would be really cool. So you're the manager actually making the decisions, setting the lineup, that whole deal.
Well, usually I just do the scorecard and like I help with the lineup and stuff.
Okay. I think it's high time you take over and run that operation. Thank you for your question. I'm here.
Hi, I'm Billy. This one's for all of you. After you do a out, do you just celebrate or just getting ready for the next one? And why?
Process, the whole process of batter by batter, I guess would be the question.
I think, really, you get the guy out and you're just already processing who's coming up next and how to get the next out. And I think we're just trying to do it as quickly as possible so we can get the guys off the field so that we can go hit and drop bombs at Wrigley.
Yeah, I got taught when I was young, it's like you got a bucket of balls behind you on the mound and you got to put 27 of them in there. And so every out, you just put a ball in the bucket, and so that's sometimes helps remind me just to keep going to the next guy.
Would you guys be in favor of an automatic strike zone, an automated strike zone?
think I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think no matter what they do, the game is going to adjust to it. So if that's the way that it goes, then the pitchers will learn where our advantages are with the electronic strike zone, just like we do now, just with umpires back there, and same way with the hitters. So it'll adjust the game a little bit, but I think it won't mess up the integrity of anything.
Is there a consensus best ball strike guy in the league? You guys agree on that would be? Or worse? Don't worry, nobody's going to tweet anything.
I think we only really remember the bad calls. I don't really remember the good calls. So you do. You remember the pitches that you go right down the middle that are called balls. Those are the ones you remember. The ones that you bounce in the dirt, the guy calls a strike. It might not have been a strike. You're like, oh, okay, sweet. No, I think umpires, there's a lot of scrutiny on them, so they've gotten a little bit tighter. So I think it's just in the end, as you get to the postseason, it can get a lot tighter, just because there's a lot more cameras. But for us, we just have to go out there and execute. I don't think we can really focus on a call not happening or a call going our way. We've got to get a lot of outs very quickly, and there's 27 outs to win a ball game, and we need to score some runs. So I think that's all we focus on.
Okay, sir.
The Cubs have had a lot of bad streaks in the organization, but one good streak they had for a long time was they went the longest without getting no hit until July 2015 by a man named Cole Hamels. So my question for you, Cole, was that day when you were at Wrigley, how did your bullpen go? Did you know what was going on? When did people stop talking to you? How did that whole day play out for you?
Going into it, I had 2 horrendous starts. So, I was doing a lot of work in between, a lot of soul searching. No, when I got on the mound to throw my bullpen before the game, it was one of those bullpens where I could have closed my eyes and the ball was going exactly where I wanted. Those sometimes aren't good, because normally you go out in the first inning and you give up 5 runs. But I started to notice I had a little bit more jump on my fastball. And then I'm facing Arrieta, and he's punching guys out like crazy too. He was doing really well that year. So I just kind of was just plugging away. I didn't really start to notice it until probably after the 7th inning. But my personality, guys will still talk to me. I'll still talk to guys. I know it's kind of that taboo where everybody starts to scoot away. Nobody wants to talk to you. They don't want to jinx it. I just never really had that sort of personality, and guys on the team knew that. So we just kind of kept business as usual. But I think one of the coolest things that I really remember the most was after that 8th inning, all the fans were on their feet. Being an opponent, and I think everybody understands baseball here, they wanted to see something. I could feel it. It's not like they were rooting against the Cubs. It was just, this is a tremendous moment to be able to see, and I could feel that energy, which then helped me kind of push through, and it was really exciting. Every strike, every out, until that last crazy out, because that's when I thought I lost it. So it was really great.
Well, maybe you can do it this year, Wrigley. We'd like to see it.
I